Suraj Singh, international professional engineer. I'm going to show certain plans. This is certain individual building plans related to project that was shelved, and I've shown you many drawings of that. If you can see this swastik shape, this is another shape, and this is shape of cruciform. I'll be a little closer with that. I say closer to that. Various shapes like this. I'll show you what shapes are actually there, one by one. I'll show you different way by folding this drawing. You see this one. Swastik shape in cruciform. These are actually detailed one. This is very old. Was done in I will try and see better. I cannot see it better. Okay. See this R, this O, then there's O, N, M, and of course many others, B, E, F, J, H, I, G. This is, various details are also given, and it's all hand done, all hand done, no pen. I'll show you what actually these are one by one. This is UVWX swastik cruciform STYZ, and then there's also detail of a room, another room. Then it is KLM, NOPQR, and this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. These are various details in this. Top row, you'll find this one. Well, I'll take another ring, keep it there. Oops. I'll take other one. Another drawing is there, I've got it. And oh my God. This is some property drawing. This is some existing property drawing of some person who was requested me to draw something for him. Now, it's not very project related, but I'll practice drawing. I'll take it separately. I'll show you one. Also another one. This is a unit of the complex. I actually tried to show this also I built. This is unit expanded later on. It is unit of that. Swastik combination with fusiform, and this is the one. I'll show this one. This is a kind of complicated details in fascia of the structure, RCC, reinforcing detail of the fascia involved. It was done in Iraq. I did this in Iraq. All manual done. This is your reinforcing bars shown, not by photo, by hand drawing. I'll show you. This is detail of slab and fascia, form detail. This is, I'll show you that one. There shall always be error. Okay, so this is fascia details, built up fascia details, slab, fascia, and formwork. Well, take other one. One. This is the detail, same, similarly. Oh, I think come here. Wrong, man. It's so long. Yes, this is also typical formwork. This is square piece. Uh, this is formwork. show you rises form of elevation. This is stair. And then it's also supporting system for staircase, longitudinal staircase, supporting system, support west slab, proposed west slab, west flight of staircase. It's also staircase. This is 1, 2, plan of 1, 2. Plan of 1, 2, very light. Alright, the other one. Come on, lad. This is, yes, this is also another plan for E, is E and H. Okay. And this is a 9 and 5. arrange it properly. Okay, this is 7. No, it's this one. This is 7 and 8. 7 and 8. And we want is also 9 and okay. Oh, 9 and 0. Oh. Alright, this is done. Then this it is a shape only as shown on the line. Only shape. No, one. This is threshold shape. Yes, very important one. Okay, threshold shape. There it is. Swastik. This is swastik and cruciform. Moving further, this is, yes, this is shell-shape, V-shape, V-shape. Its shape is generally drawn on walls in Dharma families and families. Those who believe in Dharma or Vedism, those people. It's generally called Hoi in our language and generally drawn on walls and for worship as auspicious symbol, auspicious. And then you sometimes are torn out also during taking off. That's the problem here. Now this is 4. No, it's not 4. I'll show you what it is. And so this is actually typical. Okay. Yes. Then we go further. I think I'm many drawings to show that it is typical general floor layout shape E series with grid spacing. So this E series with grid spacing. One indicative way. I cannot give details here. Just indicative information. But we have this much with us. Old stock. Old stock, but not discount stock. Very expensive stock. And this is, what do you call it? General floor layout shape star with grid stars. So this is star shape. Yes. Arrangements are shown in general. Take it down. Other one. This is 7NX, I think. ZNX. ZNX. Oh, this is ZNX. Yes, it is ZNX. then take the other one. Oh yes, this is the plan with U and U, yes, W, sorry, W. This is W. W. Then this is V. These all plans of buildings as I show you in complex, integrity complexes. These are units of those A to Z, 0 to 9, and whatever structures are used. These are blues of that individual details of those buildings as included on typical integrated plans and typical details. We all hand down, nothing is mechanical here, nothing is computerized. Real work of artist, real work of the engineer, real work of draftsman, and real contemplation. And this is another one which is coming in. That is, I suppose U, yes, it should be U and Y, U and Y, U and Y. These are U and Y details, typical details. Now take them down. Maybe some youth surprise in this world of computer in 2020. I am showing this structure. Yes, they may call that. No problem. Life is like that. It keeps on moving in this direction or in that direction. And this is 5. No, S, I think S and T. S and T. These are S and T typical for those integrated complexes as I exhibited in past videos. Just imagine from scribe or scratching paper, graph paper or some other paper using only pencil, rubber and scale. 1-to-1, futta we call it, 1-to-1 scale, and this was used long back. Maybe many of you were not born that time. Many of you not born to find other details I like to show next time because there are so many drawings and it's difficult to take all now. So whatever I've shown, I will take them later on. For now, I'm keeping up in continuation Just remind again that this is Engineer Suraj Singh, International Professional Engineer, India, Bharat, registered enrolled by Institution of Engineers India as Fellow of Institution of Engineers, who is also designated Chartered Engineer and Professional Engineer at international level under regime of IPEA, International Professional Engineers Agreement, and this engineer institution body, Institution of Engineers India, is a permanent member of that international body, IPEA, and fortunately, I have been incorporated, enrolled as International Professional Engineer effective 2012, and Professional Engineer I was elected in 1995. I am 65 years old you can say, having more than around 40 years integral experience from lowest to highest position, and I'm now talking to you guys from Faridabad, Bharat, India, a part of world talking regarding is civil engineering construction practice for people who are budding one, so that if they are happy, they are receptive, they can improve their skills, they are welcome. If they think that this old man is useless, no problem, then thank you very much. Of course, I am old, but I was energetic also when I was young. Too energetic, could walk 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers a day sometimes. Maybe you won't agree. I used to walk a lot during my studies. I used to walk a lot during my field work, and I was happy with that because body energy was very important and it still is important. Everything computer cannot do, and I did not even know what computer was. I am a born, manually calculating person. I was born as such. No problem. Why should I tell you all this? You don't have time to see all that. Well, I'm talking about buildings practice. That is field engineering work on whatever field you are. You may be in buildings, in plants, oils, onshores, offshores, or you may be in road structures, you may be in flyovers, you may be in some hydraulic resources, water resources, or soil mechanics, or where do you work? I don't mind. You do work in government sector, or work in private areas, or work in corporate world, or where you work your own practice. Yes, you have to come every field engineering sometime or this time or that time. You cannot avoid that even if you're a big consultant. You are a big structural engineer. You are a big government servant or government officer, or you may be whatever you are. You cannot avoid field engineering at one point of time or other point of time. And if you avoid field engineering, you avoid profession. Those engineers who think they are designers, they are living in false world. False world, I mean to say, I'm not teasing them. I am telling them, I am warning them that you have to come to sites to learn engineering first. And if you cannot learn engineering in the field, there is no meaning of your design work, because design work is helpful only when it is implemented on projects. If it's not implemented, you just waste your time. You imagine that work shall be done according to your designs. That is only imagination, because till it is given shape on site, there's a long distance travel from your design office to that location, and there are so many hands, and at last it goes to hands of those who don't have any design knowledge, who don't have any constructivity knowledge. They just physical construct something, ignoring all formula, ignoring all codes, ignoring everything. Only destination there is delivery of concrete, casting of concrete, and whatever items are there to do them. They don't care for quality. Sometimes they forget, sometimes they remember. They don't care for anything else. They don't care for safety. They don't care for something. And we have to be careful about that. I am talking about this not because I'm going to tell you something, It's because very important these days. What development is there now? Update is that whole world is going to think about, who is serious about environment. Environment, which is a big challenge throughout world, and that imports engineering standards to it, that asks engineering and engineers what you are doing to protect me, protect environment. It's a question mark to everyone. We are going to use all types of materials, environment friendly or environment unfriendly. We are every day consuming those. European Union has just decided they have think to extend use of these articles, for example, mobiles, clothes, all plastic items. How they are going to do? They are so strong people, they are so wealthy people, they use mobile for 2 or 3 years and then discard it, throw it. They say, no, don't throw it. It's very question. 2 days back news it was, whole Europe is contemplating to repair model of these products. They think throwing them means throwing carbon dioxide into environment because they are all byproducts of hydrocarbons. When you get hydrocarbons treated, you get out petrol and diesel and gases. And of course, byproducts do come. These byproducts are ethylene, methane, crackine, propane, etc. And these are further treated. These are further cycled to plastics. These plastics, LDPE, MDPE, and HDPE, and these mobiles and many plastic items are used in industries. These mobiles, when you throw, of course, it's part of hydrocarbon and it causes pollution. So why to throw them only after use of 2 or 3 years? That is a big question mark. Why not use it for many more years? These can be used for many more years if they are so strong. So philosophy is changing. They are going to think use two methods, repair them for further use or product as such materials which can move instead of 3 years to 6 years, 10 years. So that 50% reduction is achieved. They mean to say whatever you are selling now for just sake of commercial benefit, make them durable further so that commercial benefit is second point. First point is protection from polluting environment. That is the right issue. And I am happy with that. At least this thought, this contemplation has been inculcated naturally to their minds, which is very positive step. And we in building industries, we in construction industries have to think further. They are thinking of mobiles, that's one welcome step. We have to think further for our industrial benefit. Benefit not in commercial form, benefit in durable form. We are using concrete, we are using reinforcement, we are using structural steel, we are using aluminum for doors and windows, steel frames for doors and windows, and we are using tiling, we are using all bricks and blockwork, plaster, rendering, aluminum lid, galvanized iron lid, and many more, sand and aggregate, water. We have polystyrene in roofing, piping, conduits of PVC conduit, and aluminum ducts. What else we are not using? These are all materials which come from earth, and these add to deterioration of environment. We have to be very careful. Now we have to start thinking as civil engineers, as mechanical engineers, as electrical engineers, as architects. We all have to start contemplating on that. How can you do better? We have done a lot, but that is very limited. It has been done in on journals, it has been done in institutions, but it has not come to practice. That is a big question mark. How to do it? We can, as civil engineers, go to our way. We are dealing concrete, reinforcement, structural steel. We can do something in that. I have experienced very bad quality on sites. That is very true. Nothing is secret in that. It's not a question of criticism. It's my personal observation as an engineer. I move on roads, I walk. I'm not driving car every day, and I feel very depressed, very unhappy when I see no class of quality, no class of safety. People are just doing for sake of doing, as if you cook chapati, as you cook your vegetable in your kitchen for sake of cooking and eating. They are doing same, no value of quality. They are using concrete, but they are not worried about quality. They are just laying concrete for sake of laying, and after that nothing. They are not concerned how long this concrete serve, how long that reinforcement serve. They are not concerned about that because it's not their fault. It's fault of those who are supervising these professionals, these para-professionals, these artisans. It's fault of those professional engineers, chartered engineers, and highly qualified engineers. It's their fault. It's not fault of public. I cannot lie in public to be at distress. Public is paying money. Departments are paying money. Contracts are not free of cost. Neither government engineers, government employed engineers, nor consultants, and nor anything else are too serious to take quality. And if you cannot take quality at current level, at current specifications, how you expect that you can enhance durability of these materials? Durability is very important because it's a part of reliability. Safety plus service plus durability equal to reliability. And if you add value of quality, it's further improved. So I am talking of reliability of these materials. If we think of how to enhance the life of concrete, reinforcement and structural steel and relevant materials which are going to add in services or in other activities, we can at least prolong life of structures. It may be road structure, it may be sea related structures, it may be building structure, it may be some other structures. We have to think a lot on that. If we can enhance life to 50% more or 100% more, it will first usually contribution for improvement of environment. But when we are talking of cement, we are talking of carbon dioxide release. We should understand a 50 kilogram bag of cement is a standard one, releases 46 kilogram of carbon dioxide. We should understand that. Every bag of cement weighing 50 kilogram releases 46 kilogram of carbon dioxide into air. Have you ever thought of this? It's not directly releasing when it works with concrete or mortar. When it works with cement and sand and water, sand aggregate and water as a mix of concrete, really chemical reaction exists, and due to that chemical reaction evolution, carbon dioxide is released into air. That cannot be dissolved, that cannot be diluted, that has to remain in air. Only 25% of that sea can absorb, but where there is no sea, who will absorb? Sea air also filled, seas and oceans are also filled to grasp, to consume more than 25% of available or their quantity, their capacity. So seas won't help, this means clouds won't help. So what is solution then? Carbon dioxide and methane are two parts of gases that harm our environment. No solution for methane deterioration or degradation, but carbon dioxide can be reduced. That is what they are saying. Mobile people, they are saying European people, increase life of mobile instruments or gadgets, handsets, and also use less, repair more. Don't throw after 2 years or 3 years and buy more standard one. Use that, repair it, get it, further use it. So that in coming years you consume more repair work, service work, then buying more. That is an important one. That is very strict, that at least we understand what we have to do. If we can do that, it will be fine. It will be very fine. In our country, in India, Bharat, where I am, because people are not very much aware how to do it. In a Gulf I have worked, I have seen they are using replacement of cement by microsilica or by GGBS. They are doing that. They are working on it. And it's good also. They are getting benefit out of that. When you replace cement by using supplementary cementing materials, GGBS for example, up to 70% to 80%, this means you replace cement quantity that was original OPC, 70% replacement. This means 70% carbon dioxide is gone. I said 46 kilogram carbon dioxide generation from that bag of cement. So 70% of 46 kilogram, let us say 30 kilogram, say 30 or more kilogram of 46 kilogram carbon dioxide is controlled, come back. This means certainly environment shall be affected positively, not adversely. That is what you have to think. Similarly, we have to think for, yes, microsilica we can't replace all because it's very expensive item, and PFA doesn't work to that extent. If you use more than 25%, it won't work. And moreover, grinding of pulverized fuel ash cannot be controlled. Grinding of GGBS can be controlled, and grinding means increasing fineness modulus, increasing fineness value of that material. And more fineness value means fine nanofineness, fineness, FINESS. More fineness means more specific area of that material, means more and more better durability and quality of cementing, supplementary cementing material plus cementing material. That is what is required, and that can be achieved if we are dedicated, if we are determined. Its GGBS availability may be a question, but it can be used, it can be brought in. After it comes from slag, in iron, smelting chamber, smelting unit comes from there, and we can procure it if we are determined. It's our will that something has to be done. It's because of will, not because of some direction or some other mandate. And also, we can say reinforcement bars. I see very badly used in our country. First of all, this standard length bar is bent, and they use trucks to transport and throw this on sites. Particularly, everywhere I've seen bigger sites as well. Nobody has any technical understanding. And even if they bring using straight bars, using trailers, they throw them on soil itself. I don't understand whether some civil engineers are involved on supervisions of building or execution of buildings. I'm not sure about that. And even if they are involved, I think they are not well trained, they're not skilled. If they cannot understand this small point, this very small point, how to store reinforcing bars, if they can't understand how to store aggregate, if they can't understand something, how to store sand or dust, I have no answer for that. If they are engineering syllabus, they don't teach them even this. They are not for calling themselves engineers. However, they may be having bigger degrees, highly profiled degrees, MTech and PhD, but if they cannot understand how to handle materials on site, I have no answer to their personality. You should be engineer means engineer, finish. You means you are educated means should work accordingly. I have seen all rusted steels or oxides, rusted, corroded steel being used on all buildings. It may be government building, it may be private building. I have seen everywhere. Nobody notices that. No one. All people come there, roads people pass there, supervisors come there, everybody is there, but I have not seen any removal of this corrosion surface, of this corroded surface, red surface, all embedded in concrete. Really, I feel what these people are doing, who can tell whom here? Nobody listens here. First problem is they bring band bars and then strengthen them and then use it. means it is second use at that point where bar was bent. I disputed many people, but nobody cares. I asked many to protect steel by covering with plastic membranes, but nobody cared. They are still using everywhere these corroded rusted bars, and that is beauty of engineering in Bharat, India, only this country which can afford this kind of atrocities on steel reinforcing bars. And they don't even care for vibration of concrete. I have seen honeycombing everywhere. I have seen hollow concrete everywhere. Nobody bothers. I am not criticizing anything. What I have seen, I am speaking. And it's my duty as an experienced engineer to warn those who are working in the field. It's the right duty of a professional. I'm not getting any money and I will not get. Question is not of getting money. Money is not everything in life. After all, you are wasting natural material. You are using rusted steel. You are using without soundness concrete. Where shall RCC go? And same thing applies to structural steel. So where is solution for rebars, reinforcing bars? You may ask a question. You're right. Your question is right. What solution exists? There are two solutions. One is use polythene covers when you store steel, and when you place the steel, you cover it end of day so that humid moisture or rain do not affect your steel reinforcing bars. You may say there is rain. Oh yes, there will be, but you have to put stones or something on that and cover it. At least the minimum rusting is there, which you can remove by using a hard brush. Or else, if you are unable to do that, you may say, oh, how much labor I will spend on this and how much. It is only an excuse. You are spending many lakhs, millions of rupees on reinforcing bars. You cannot spend a few percent or thousands on polythene sheet to cover it. This is a stupid question. Be professional. Be a thinker. Engineer means thinker. Engineer doesn't mean only follower. If engineer cannot think, no one can think. I cannot expect doctor to do something on modification of body, but engineer is authorized to modify something. Engineer means that. Genius person is called engineer. A person who can change is called engineer. A person who can change engineering, who can change society is called engineer. Engineer means representative of change, agent of change, root of change, a mind that thinks, a mind that investigates, a mind that creates, a mind that conceives, a mind that can deliver. That is engineer. Certification is not engineer. If you cannot think how to solve a problem, you cannot call yourself engineer. So you have a problem. You're not using material to its full characters, its full potential. You have to use that. If you cannot control steel reinforcement, then start. Ask industrialists, ask factories, ask steel producers to coat steel with epoxy. They can do it. When galvanizing can be done through iron, epoxy coating can be done through steel rebars. It can also be done through structural steel. At least you will protect this steel from rusting. Okay, you can say we are using a structural steel application of paint is done, fine, that's fine, I accept that. You can paint that, no problem. But you cannot paint steel bars, rebars can't be painted. But coating can be done. Only impact will be cost of coating as well as overlap increase length, about 50% overlap shall increase. But steel shall be longer in life. It will serve, it will resist your corrosion action and can touch up during your casting. There will be of course erosion on some points, pinholes. You have epoxy paint and you can touch it up. That is what is important. It's not technology you have to bring from sun or moon. It is available. I have used epoxy steel, epoxy coated steel. I have used stainless items. Of course, stainless steel is very expensive, 316 or otherwise. But one part is expense and other part is life. If you are increasing life up to 50% or 60% or even up to 100%, you are saving. Otherwise, life cycle you are saving, life expenses you are saving. Design means you have to think of life of material, life of use, life of building. If you are increasing life of steel, say 60% more, concrete say 60% more, this means you are enhancing durability of that unit or structure. And by talking durability, and when durability exists, of course, it will serve in during that period, even if it's limit state design, serviceability limit state, it will work. And if it's ultimate also, it will be better. My talk is a concern for all. It's not my interest, I'm just talking because I'm happy to talk. If you are using quality methods on works, first of all, your application of quality, control of quality will itself give durable material. And because quality is not being controlled, I am finding honeycombing, I am finding porous concrete, I am finding voids, I am not finding anything that can be called 100% concrete work. So it is 60 or 50% they are doing quality. If they enhance quality, automatically you will get life durability of that work. And if you improve it further by using supplementary cementing materials like replacement by GGBS, that is GGBS, glass granulated blast furnace, like that one you can replace by removing OPC 70% and placing in that place GGBS, or if you can afford microsilica 9 to 10%, 25% only PFA can be replaced, not more than that. And moreover, PFA is not that reliable as GGBS is if you understand GGBS technology. GGBS can be controlled, its fineness value can be increased, a specific area can be increased, and it can be better if it be used. There is no harm to quality of concrete, but because it's low shrinkage material, cracks, immediate cracks are avoidable. Hollow vibrator will be better in that case, compaction can be better, surface finish can be better, and cracks can be avoided. Of course, it will take some time to gain 100% of strength. That can be afforded rather than demolishing a building or injecting, you can say, cracks, chemical injection in cracks. So cracks won't be available. It's good for pre-stressing also. You can delay some pre-stressing for a few days, a week, for grinding purpose, for your pressurizing your tendons. But quality of concrete means you will avoid repairs, you will avoid everything, you will avoid maintenance cost. I have seen projects where so much repair is required because they use OPC with only 25% replacement of PFA. That didn't work, all cracks everywhere, and they were using nonsense repair by just putting mortar on that. Well, I'm not going to criticize something, this fact of life. I don't know why engineers are not serious about quality. I've seen on internet many thousands engineers talking of designs all day, throughout day, and only design is concern for them. Construction, building has no concern for them. This is really not acceptable. After all, designer and construction have direct relations. If your design is not prosecuted or shaped or molded properly, there is no use of design, because side guy doesn't understand anything. That person can do whatever is happy for him, what is the easiest for him, what is convenient for them. So your design has gone to waters. You are thinking, I have delivered very good design, I have used limited state method, I have used that method, this method, I have done so much work on that one, and I have produced very beautiful details, but you have never visited site and see what has been done. Those people do not even care for your drawings and do whatever they want. So your design is only theory and their work is only in rubbish practice. This is relation. Of course, I am blaming owners also for this. I am blaming contractor also for this. But blaming others is very easy. It's very easy. But whole society requires change. And that's what engineers have to change. And I blame architects also for this, absolutely, because architect mind thinks that engineers have no value. Go and see how they work. Forget big buildings. Small work they cannot do. It rain, they cannot do. There's no architect. There's no engineer in that. They think there's no engineer requirement. A drain, simple sketch, a frame box type drain, and a concrete block, that lean concrete blinding, or we call it there. Then they store water in that and transfer somewhere else. Just a building, just a drain where there's a base, two walls of 150 mm and the cover slab. That's it. They cannot deliver quality on that. I daily pass on that. I have put many photographs of that work on Faridabad Smart City Limited company, but there is no one to bother about that. Nobody has come from the skies or gone me to somewhere else to ensure. But my photos were removed, of course. No problem. I did my job and they are doing their job. They are quality killer and I am protector. That's the only difference. I am not accepted by people because I talk of quality. I talk of system quality, not only quality control. People are not interested in system quality, they are interested in quality control. They don't understand quality. Problem is that our people do not understand meaning of quality. They understand meaning of only testing quality. They are interested in to see what defects do exist on site, the cracks, or there no. Only this is their project. This is their scope. They do not understand system of working. And system is manager, not control. If your system is not working, your control or no control means nothing. Yes, you can test the dust, you can test aggregate, you can test something, you can take photographs of that, cracks and show, see, these are defects, but you have no solution. Solution, they just, spread mortar and then plane it. That's the solution. The solution thing. I have seen many defects covered by gunny bags. And you may know that. It's not criticism. This is our real life. Nobody wants to show defects. Defects must be shown. This is not mistake. This is human error. This is human error because we have not trained our artisans. They see what is training. You think only engineering studies training? No. Or ITI is training? No. Training on job. First requirement is field engineer should be field engineer, which I am calling field engineer. You are BE or your diploma, okay, you are certified, fine. Okay, I agree with you, salute you. You come on. This is gate of job, professional entry. You have to start work. You learn. Have you thought of how to measure, how to check shuttering, a formwork of a column or a beam or slab? Have you thought of how to check steel and that? Yes, you know, cutting and bending, you have a schedule, you can fabricate that. But how to assemble it on site, how to do it, how to make covers before. You are using plastic covers, okay, you are using plastic covers, that's environment, you just think of that's because of costly. Why don't you do concrete yourself in covers? And then, are you sure you know how to do job? You know that? Are you sure your tradespeople, your artisans, they know job? How you know that? You know or you don't know, you have to teach them. Can you teach them? Can engineer coming from a university teach about safety, teach about quality, teach about workmanship, teach about how to work on site? Can you? Keep design apart. This is also a design. You train people. You cannot force them to do job without you are doing job. That person expects you know job. If you cannot commando it, that person does according to his knowledge. It's not fault of that person. It's fault of engineer, supervisor. Do you know how to do it? Do you know certain methods? You do not know. Because you only studied books in theory, in text. You never went to site and saw that, how it is done. And if it's done, you saw that it's also not controlled one. You saw something wrong. So have you ever thought of writing what you're going to do? What I understand, best thing is write something, what you want to do. If you want to train something, it's called skill development. You develop a skill. You think how they are working, what you have to ensure your mason should do. You have to ensure what your carpenter should do. You have to ensure your steel fixture and all and all and all. Have you interacted with them? Oh no, I am an engineer and this man is only very small man, mason, carpenter. No, never think that. You are engineer because that person is mason and carpenter and steel fixer and welder and duct worker and electrician. That is why you are engineer. Remove them, you are nothing. If you remove all them, what you can do yourself, you can do something? No. So they are your part. Supervisor is your part, foreman is your part, charge hand is your part. These all people are your part. Okay, they don't have educational background, doesn't matter. What educational background have done in IAS offices, what they have done, they have educational background, what they have done for this country, what scientists have in this country, and what we educational background engineers have in this country. We are lakhs and lakhs and lakhs coming every year, and we are accepting software and hardware, we are not doing anything else. So do not blame them. Education is something else. Because you are not giving education about physics, you are giving education about physics, chemistry, but not about electrician, not about this. ITIs are doing, and that's also very limited one. So first of all, we have to ensure that they know job, and they will ensure you know job. Mutual insurance, right? So what you have to do? You say, oh, I'll read code, I'll read specifications. Forget everything. Forget for some time. Think yourself. What do you understand by concrete? Simple. Forget codes and forget everything. You think it should be well graded material. You know that it should have cementing material. You should have a limited quantity of water. You should have a temperature of this was 4 to 32 degrees. You should be cured properly. You should be tested accordingly. This is what you know. How it should be mixed, you know. Do it. Finish. What else you want to know from codes from this? Right? Method about this. You know how formwork is done. You know how steel fixed. Formalize it. Make a system of this. Read once, read twice, read thrice. Okay, this can work. Discuss with these people. Discuss experience of charge hand or experience mason or carpenter, all that. You have to train yourself this way. And then you can train them. But no, you won't. Because this takes time. You have to concentrate on that. You have to write methods, and methods can be written only when you work. If you do not work, you cannot write methods. When I joined overseas job, I had experience of a background of this country, 6 years background in my life. I used to be a worker, engineering worker in development authority. I am calling engineering worker because I was worker only. I was never an officer. I believe everybody is worker. Still I am worker, and I was worker in Gulf also, and Middle East also, wherever I want. Because we are workers. Why you call yourself engineer? Engineer is also a worker. So I did not learn anything here except supervising work and billing or payment certification. And I know supervision was done very little because I did not know what to supervise. A boy of 20 years, 19 years, if he's not taught by seniors, and seniors will never teach you. So they are all involved in malpractices, they cannot teach you. Once I asked my senior, I want a specification. That engineer, you know what said? Do I want to stop job? This was his answer. Do I want to stop job? And once one senior engineer came to me and asked you, Suraj, do you know specification of this what you are doing? I said no. I was laughing, smiling. Then okay, come on to my office. I'll talk to you. Well, he never talked to that. But I didn't know that a specification has to be read. No, you are just new in field. It's duty of your seniors to instruct you that do this. I am of course we certify on valuations or on bill payment that yeah this work has been done according to this specification, this specific. We I don't know meaning of that as well. And same thing I did in one job. I inspected everything. I bought codes and we checked weights of pipes and everything. I was not satisfied. I made entries of those measurements and then this work has not been done according to specifications. Those specifications were available. Codes were available. And there was, I don't know, a thunderstorm, a cyclone came in that area where I was working. How is it done that? Work has not been done according to specification. First time in history of that department, a certificate was given that work has been done according to specification. And I was, a point of focus. And of course, I was called illiterate, I was called inexperienced, and I was stocked out from the, I was transferred as punishment. This man goes somewhere else. It's not required here. And I had a simple question also that where's plumbing license one? Where's the plumber? Means if you are practical, if you manage with people by hook or by crook or by whatever means, work should be done without any problem. There's no concern of quality or law. Work should be done because you got your payment, kick off, kick back, what you call that, 1.5%, 2%. That is destiny of our engineers. Fact is that, it's fact of life. Either you take that destiny, or you take quality destiny, or you take reliability destiny. You have to decide. After all, you are spending money on material, on human resources, on contractors, on everywhere. So you have to be serious about that. And if an engineer cannot think that, I don't think there's any other professional in this world who can think about that, because engineer is initiator of civilization. It is engineer who initiates build up. You are first person to involve yourself in some building, in some development, from jungle to city. All come once you start work, not before that. You are a person who is going to remove all rubbish from site. You are a person who has a clear site to start work, to start professional work. Even you have to remove sludge from somewhere. You have to remove stool from somewhere. You have to remove tea leaves from somewhere, bushes and all woods. You have to do lowest profile job in start, and that is called civil engineer. And you have to do highest profile job is take key and turn and enter this building. But engineer is not there, IS is there, or some minister is there, or someone is there to cut tape. Well, you cut tape yourself, I don't mind. You cut tape yourself for inauguration, that's not my problem. My problem is life of that building where you are going to stay. If my slab falls, any number of people can die. I do not know. You may say, how? When collapse something, and occupants would die, certainly. But I am not serious. Who are serious? No one is serious. Building is not considered profession. Building everybody can make, everybody do, from helper to mason to carpenter to steel fixer to all, and electrical. All can make building, only civil engineer cannot make building. This is principle of engineering. Everybody is engineer except civil engineer. Everybody is engineer. You can give to electrician person, he can say, I can make building. You give it to a mason, I can make building. You give to a carpenter, yes, I can make building. If you give to some engineer, oh, I cannot make building. I don't have details. You don't have details, you are being an engineer, but that person doesn't need any detail. That person can make building for you. Take this building. This is fact of life. You think I'm joking? Yes, I am joking. Joke is engineering. What to do otherwise? Should I kill my should I break my head if people are not listening? Should I hammer my head? Should I strike this wall? What should I do? In my experience, I have learned people are not interested in construction, design, engineering. They are only interested in finishes. They are only interested in good paint. They are in a, okay, should be very beautiful. When my guests comes, they should see something. And you go to every building, even after 1 year or 2 years, this plaster, the surfaces crumble and come down and fall. Peel off. You never notice. You'll see many cracks in brick walls. You see many deterioration surfaces of concrete. Nobody bothers. Because nobody cares. Of course, it's not going to fall. The question is not of falling. Question is, did you not spend money? Did you get return of that? You do not want services of an engineer, no problem, don't want, but at least you learn it. I'm not interested, get me money and I'll make you or serve for you. No, I'm not saying that. But that is requirement as well. Every engineer certifies this building has been done according to CSMA codes, this and this and this, blah, 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 blah. Architect signs, engineer signs, and government officer signs, and occupation certificate is given. Go and kill yourself. I have signed occupation certificate, stay with this occupation certificate, keep it below your pillow and sleep. Oh, occupation certificate will save me. Occupation certificate shall save you, but not building. Remember, you have occupation certificate, but by whom? By foolish people. Architect who knows nothing, civil engineer who was never there on site, who just got money and signed, and government officer who is level, this bothers. My dear friends, my dear citizens, open your eyes. I'm not talking politics. I am talking your life. It's your money, and question is not money. It is natural resources use. You are abusing natural resources. You are adding to further pollution of air. You are responsible for that. Why are you responsible for that? Why don't you change your attitude? If your building can be used for 50 years, it should be used for 100 years. Think that way and do accordingly. Your son will stay in that building, his son will stay in that building, and further generation will stay in that building. More lives there. But no, distress is welcome. I want to see my building distress as soon as possible. Yes, you want to see distress. Maybe you're feeling, I have some problem here. Yes, I have problem here. Because I love this earth. This earth, which also imparts with it nature of environment. I know we are taking material from this earth, surface of earth and internal sections of earth. We know, I know that. You are taking aggregates from rocks, you are taking dust from rocks, you are taking sand from earth, you are taking water from surface of earth, you are taking everything. If you are getting GG base, that's also from iron plant. You are taking from their smelting units. What else you are not taking? Tell me. Limestone you are taking for cement, that comes from earth. Silica is itself is a sand. Then admixtures you are taking from earth. Is there something that you are not taking from earth? Only blessings you are not taking from earth. Knowledge you are not taking from earth. This you are not taking from earth. Simply remember, earth is a very small planet. Have you ever thought of that? It's only 12,500 diameter ball. And if you use 115 such balls, if you use this earth, if you take 115 earths together in a row, then you get diameter of sun. Do you know that? What I mean to say, 1 earth, 2 earth, 3 earth, and 150 such earths. If you keep, that's diameter of sun. Sun is 13 lakh kilometer in diameter. Earth is 12,500 kilometer diameter. Small resource for you, very small resource. First 35 kilometers is considered crust, you know. Then up to 3,500 kilometers considered mantle, and then the center is considered core. So far we have only exploited crust portion, where 4 kilometers down is sea and 10 kilometers down is your ocean. We are taking all materials from this surface only, and that water which is sea or ocean. There are millions of creatures, sea units, sea living creatures who deliver who this you can say petroleum. They are fossils, research petroleum, the hydrocarbons these are. We are fed up by Earth, lithosphere. We are exploiting this lithosphere. If you try to use this metal as much as possible, we'll try to save this Earth for longer service to us. Otherwise, one day it will break itself. Of course, crust will break if not mantle and not core, because core is very strong. It's like steel itself, that much dense, and your mantle is between rock and steel. Is around 5.5, or you can say yes, 5.5 kilogram per centimeter cube. Sorry, 5.5 kilogram per 5,500 kilogram per meter cube. This. So crust shall certainly affect itself, and probably if crust is affected, or seas are affected, oceans are affected by exploitative management of Earth, maybe Earth destabilizes and gets out of dynamic equilibrium. Don't forget that it is rotating at a speed of 1500 kilometer per hour on its axis. It's rotating with the speed of 1600 kilometer per hour on its axis, and it's moving around sun, orbiting sun at speed of more than 100,000 kilometer per hour. So little disturbance, little pinning of crust can destabilize Earth route from orbit and go fly over somewhere else. So we have to be very careful to use a minimum of material from Earth. Minimum. Can we? No, we cannot, because we never think so much. Why? Why think so much? This foolish person is talking every day nonsense. After all, we want to live luxurious life. I need 4 or 5 palaces for me. I need 25 cars for me. I need so much luxury in life. I am paying for that. You're not paying for that. You are right. You are billionaire, you are trillionaire, you can do whatever you want. But you will take all this body with you when you fly to God's home. You will be given a boarding pass to God's home and go there with this material nonsense bloody shit. You cannot understand what I'm talking of. Well, that is transitory talk. Don't mind it. When you anguish, you express your anguish because you're serious or thinking something. Those who are having money, they forget everything when they have money. When you have money, you forget everything. Doctor is in your pocket, and engineer is in your pocket, and politician is in your pocket, and all people are in your pocket because you have money. But you don't forget this money is not absolute. This money is not original. You forget that. This money comes from earth. This money does not come from skies. This money is only unit of currency. This is only paper or coin. This is not real money. Real money is called economical state, and that is earth. You are getting each and every material from earth. Inorganic material, remember. Inorganic materials you are getting from earth. All inorganic materials you are getting from crust. I don't know about mantle and about core, what is there. But whatever we know about crust, all inorganic material, minerals, elements, rocks, and hydraulic carbons, hydrocarbons, material, proton, material, all inorganic. We are getting from earth. And we are getting organic also as form of seafood. We are getting organic in form of horticulture and arboriculture, agriculture that are related to surface of earth. You are getting your fruits, your food items from plants. That's also grown on earth. using sun and air and water process. So you are getting your organic food in form whatever you eat from surface of earth, and you're getting inorganic food from internal earth crust. What you are gaining, have you ever thought of? Your body is organic. You cannot eat steel or aggregate or petrol, but you can eat fruits and wheat and rice. This means your body requires organic material, but metals are also there which you cannot eat directly. Steel, aluminum, you cannot eat. That's inorganic. So you have to think this way. You have to protect inorganic material because it is not decomposable. Inorganic material is not directly decomposable. Organic material can be decomposed. Just like you eat food, your food shall spoil and someday it will decompose. Or even in its raw stage it will decompose if you do not use it in some period. But your inorganic material will not decompose in millenniums. Yes, there is radioactive effect on that. Ultimate stage is lead, radioactive lead at end. It is in millions and millions of years. Today is gold or diamond or plutonium, but it shall remain as such for many centuries and millenniums. So one time comes that it becomes radioactive lead. We have to be intelligent enough to understand all this. No degree will teach you this. Your experience, your concentration on engineering and scientific subs can teach you that. Why I am talking all this, I also don't know why. I was thinking something else to talk to you, but I just entered in this world. I don't know how. Well, it's mind. If something is there, it comes out automatically. You cannot control it. It is called pragmatism. It is called experience. It's called expression. And sometimes I was just going through that news 2 days back from Europe, and I was impressed with that. Just at least these people are thinking. They may not do. They may do because immediately they don't want to stop hydrocarbon products. This is their economy. Whole Gulf are immediately not interested to stop them. You see, they are sheikhs. They also want money despite having excessive money, too much money with them. They want more and more and more and more. All Gulf people have money. They have developed their Gulf, yet they are interested to get more and more. They know that if you stop this oil business, they will nothing. They are very rich. Even then, they want to become more and more rich. This is human being. They have seen very bad times 60, 70 years back. They don't see that. They want to remain luxurious. That time they were not happy, but they were strong. Old Gulf guys, old Arabian guys were very strong. They used to drive on camels and they used to walk in desert. They used to live in desert, relying on seafood and on dates. And now they are so comfortable that they are obese. They have got obesity. They can't drive without cars. They can't stay without AC rooms. They want luxury in life, and they are scared at the same time come back. Yes, that's human weakness. They are not that Arab which the forefathers were. They are luxurious. Oh, my petrol is not sold. How can I live? I have to find tourist business. I have to find this business. I have to invest my money somewhere else. This is happening with them. No, it's natural. We do same thing. But they have money. We too have money. But our money have gone to some bad hands. Well, there is something else I'm talking. Yes. Nobody is ready today, currently, that can say do not exploit hydrocarbon products. No one is saying. They are saying otherwise. In Sharjah, we have so much quantity of gas available. We have so much quantity of gas available in Cyprus. We have so much quantity of gas available in somewhere else in there, China, South China Sea. So much material is available below. They all are interested to exploit that. 3 locations are still there. Greece, dispute between Turkey, Greece is going on how this Mediterranean portion of gas, namely gas, and also going on South China Sea. Too much metal is available below that sea, and that's America is interested in, China is interested in, all are interested in. And that is going on somewhere else. In Sharjah, in Pakistan, though now say there's nothing available. And we are also exploring same. We know it's going to harm. Of course, it will give you a better economy now. If you exploit that, you'll have very good economy. You have everything money-wise. But what about, you have seen what's happening to weather? Europe has already risen 3.5 degrees. 3.5 degree rise has already been there in Europe. So what can we do? They are saying in some point in Iceland, somewhere it is down, somewhere it is up. In January, it is more than average 3.5, and same thing here. So naturally we are deteriorating our good air, pure air. Methane is filled with methane, it's filled with carbon dioxide. How to live? You have to live with cancer, you have to live with asthma, you have to live with your all chemicals in your body. Because you are not resisting them. Your body is not resisting them. You are driving car, you are driving motorcycle, you are driving plane, you are driving helicopters. You are not driving your legs. You are not driving your body. You are not immunizing your body to resist. Your body should be aggressive, but it is not aggressive because of your problem. If you cannot understand this, you have to suffer. You are going to suffer. Scientifically, it's telling scientifically, logically, you can go to temple, you can go to mosque, you can pray, you will not get solution because God cannot help you. You have broken God's problem. You have broken God's material. God also cut into pieces. Cut, slice them. Crust is completely sliced inside. It's hollow. You have taken out gas from, taken out material, petroleum, you have you're mining, you're doing everything. You are not filling those hollows with material because you can't fill them. So what shall happen? This shall happen. Well, what I would say again, try to use durable material, try to design buildings in a way that life is increased, try to do work on site scientifically, engineering and not layman. Stop considering building construction or concrete or block work or brick as layman activity. This should be considered professionally, scientifically, engineering wise, a very, very important and significant activity. Do not think this is layman job. This is very important professional job. This requires scientific knowledge. This requires engineering knowledge. This requires environmental pro knowledge. If you can do that, you can contribute to Earth. Earth I'm talking, I'm not talking country. Because Earth is problem for everybody and everybody's problem for Earth. Bharat is no separate, England is no separate, USA is no separate. All are. Only problem is political leaders cannot stop thinking to make more and more and more. Let air burn, let something else happen. Everywhere something else. Australia for many months has fire. Of course, it's going to augment what? Augment carbon dioxide, even carbon monoxide to air. Still, Poland is searching for coal. But what I would say, this is my engineering talk. I don't want to talk in all this, but because environment has a question here, environment is talking to us. Environment soul is asking all citizens of Earth. Environment God is asking everybody, why you are killing me? Environment God, who is not my friend now, was my friend, but I want to make environment God my friend again. On behalf of 7 billion people of this earth, please help us. We will not damage you in future, but we want to treat you now because you have been diseased, you have been sick. How to treat you? So that person told me to use use materials which are not against me, which can be used in reduced quantities that environment God told me. And that is what I am transmitting to you. Think that way. Engineers should be intelligent enough to change society. Do it. Do not tell that I am BME. It's not my field. It's field for every citizen. It's field for everyone. I was talking about swimming pools in last talk as a part of my engineering work from this book, which is called Building Practice Civil Engineering Management. This is just for reference. I'm showing you nothing to do with this commerce. It's just the bill I was talking from this the book, some management issues, construction of sites and all that. And I am going to again continue that talk about swimming pools, and which I stopped yesterday somewhere. And I want to just bore you again with that, because if you bore, I feel happy that I am boring you. You need boring because you are not serious. If you are bored, you'll be happy. That's what I think. And I was talking about chemical treatment of circulation or circulation of water, and I had discussed about in that maintenance equipments like that. I just told you what I did. I just talked to you about designs of swimming pool and certain chemical treatment of water and sand filters and this. And I was there at pool water chemistry. I explained to you that, and also I explained to you about chlorine gas, Cl2, calcium hypochlorite, and I also explained to you about sodium hypochlorite and cyanurides and superchlorination, breakdown chlorination. I'll start with breakdown chlorination now, because I cannot repeat all that I told you yesterday. I explained to you. I start with this, so that as much as I can tell you, because time is very less now, so already 1 hour 38 minutes over. Let's go move for the breakdown chlorination. I explained to you, but again I just to suggest so that you can ah, usually applies to outdoor pools. This is a breakdown chlorination. Usually applies to outdoor pools with a high organic contents. When initial dose of chemical when initial dose of chemicals react with the pool water to satisfy original chlorine demand, most of it is absorbed by organic matter in form chloramines and other chlorine compounds. These substances are responsible for chlorine odors and tastes. Addition of small amounts of excess chlorine are necessary for normal pool operation, but in order to eliminate the taste and odors, it is sometimes necessary to raise free chlorine, say to 5 ppm. Free chlorine then starts to oxidize chloramines and other chlorine compounds as these reactions absorb much of excess free chlorine, residual falls suddenly to a lower value and chlorine compounds disappear together with these tastes and odors. This is called break point at which most of chlorine in water is in free state. Other chemicals for disinfection of swimming pools includes iodine and certain of their compounds. Other methods of disinfecting water are use of silver slates, electrolyte production of silver, iron and ultraviolet radiation, but all are either impractical or unsatisfactory for swimming pools. Now other pool chemicals are aluminum, algicide, cleaning filters. Okay, now enter allium. What's allium about? Allium, allium sulfate, salt written as Al2 bracket SO4 bracket close 3 dot 18H2O is used as a coagulant with sand filters to give improved clarity to water. It dissolves slowly to make an acid solution. It dissolves slowly to make an acid solution which neutralizes in reaction with pool water to form aluminum hydroxide. Under right conditions, aluminum hydroxide precipitates in white flocks which accumulates as a gelatinous mat on filter bed. This mat will catch particles which would otherwise pass through sand. Successful use of alum for flocculation requires critical alkaline conditions with a pH of 7.4 to 7.6. Use 4 to 5 oz of lump alum per square feet of filter area. Put lumps alum in basket of a skimmer or air and lint strain after backwashing filter. During initial disinfection of pools containing water with a high iron content, chlorine shall cause iron to precipitate as red iron oxide, which discolor and cloud water. If powdered alum or a saturated alum solution is sprinkled on surface of water and left overnight, it shall coagulate turbidity and hasten settling process. So precipitate can be vacuumed from pool in morning, pool bottom in morning. Pool should not be used during treatment. Algaecide. Safest chemical for controlling algae in swimming pools are proprietary preparations made for purpose. Ideal algaecide kills existing algae, prevents new algal growth, creates no problem with filter or pool operations, and is harmless to pool users. I will speak this again because this is very important. We cannot easily understand. Let me start again with breakpoint chlorination for your benefit. Usually, it applies to outdoor pools with a high organic contents. When initial dose of chemicals react with pool water to satisfy original chlorine demand, most of it is absorbed by organic material or matter to form chloramines and other chlorine compounds. These substances are responsible for chlorine odors and tastes. Addition of small amount of excess chlorine are necessary for normal pools operation, but in order to eliminate taste and odors, it is sometimes necessary to raise free chlorine, say to 5 parts per million. Free chlorine then starts to oxidize chloramines and other chlorine compounds. As these reactions absorb much of excess free chlorine, residual falls suddenly to a lower value and chlorine compounds disappear together with their taste and odors. This is called break point at which most of chlorine in water is in free state. Other chemicals for disinfection of swimming pools include iodine and certain of their compounds. Other methods of disinfection water are use of silver slates, electrolytic fraction of silver ion, and ultraviolet radiation, but all are either impractical or unsatisfactory for swimming pools. Other pool chemicals, not aluminum, alum sulfate, written as chemically Al2SO4 bracket 3 18H2O, is used as coagulant with sand filters to give improved clarity to water. It dissolves slowly to make an acid solution which neutralizes in reaction with pool water to form aluminum hydroxide. Under right conditions, aluminum hydroxide precipitates. Aluminum hydroxide precipitates in white flocks which accumulates as gelatinous mat on filter bed. This mat will catch particles which would otherwise pass through sand. Successful use of alum for flocculation of filter area. Put a lump sum in basket of skimmer or hair and lint strainer after backwashing filter. Then during initial disinfection, during initial disinfection of pool containing water with a high iron content, chlorine shall cause iron to precipitate as red iron oxide, which shall discolor and cloud water. If powdered alum or a saturated alum solution is sprinkled on surface of water and left overnight, it shall coagulate turbidity and hasten settling process so that precipitate can be vacuumed from pool bottom in morning. Pool should not be used during this treatment process. Then algicide says safest chemical it is for controlling algae in swimming pools are proprietary preparations made for purpose. Ideal algicide kills existing algae, prevents new algae growth, creates no problems with filter or pool operation, and is harmless, of course, to pool users. Chemical for cleaning filters. I'm not continuing with that, I repeated that one. Chemicals for cleaning filters. When sand is returned to pool, an inspection of filter bed of a sand and gravel filter may reveal formation of mud balls. This condition can be corrected by purging bed with I sodium hydroxide NaOH. I IYA sodium hydroxide NaOH or calcium hypochlorite. Calcium hypochlorite. Open top of filter and drain water below top of sand. Break off sand and mud balls and allow top layer to dry before spreading chemical evenly over bed in following amounts. LY 1 lib per square feet of filter area, calcium hypochlorite 0.5 lib per square feet of filter area. Be sure that top of sand is dry before applying chemical, otherwise chemical will be emitting dangerous fumes. Close filter, close filters and raise water level to about 50 mm above sand. Allow chemical to stand in filter for from 4 to 6 hours, then backwash thoroughly, continuing for all least 10 minutes after water runs clear. When sandbed is partly calcified due to hard water, use of muriatic 20-degree bombing hydrochloric acid or sodium bisulfate as an acid wash may correct condition. Acid is applied like purging chemicals just described at rate of about 2 liters per square feet area. Proprietary preparations are also available for this purpose and may include detergents and sequestering agents for removing oils and cosmetics. It calcinates is to bad so bad that bed is no longer porous. It's better to change sand than to use an acid wash which would corrode tank and fittings. So acid wash or you can say etching is not recommended because it can corrode tank and fittings. So acid etching is avoided. Better to change sand than to use acid wash. Heat loss retardants. These are proprietary products which spread across pool surface in molecular thickness to retard evaporation and conserve heat in pool water. They serve to reduce steaming and condensation around indoor pools. Ideal retardants should be colorless, odorless, non-toxic and non-corrosive and should have no adverse effect on disinfection. Sequestering agents Sequestering agents are usually proprietary preparations which separate insoluble scale and scum forming minerals in pool water and convert them into harmless soluble forms. An important application is to prevent accelerated corrosion, scale formation, and staining which may occur with heated pools. Muriatic acid is commercial name for 20-degree Bombay hydrochloric acid HCl. It is used for reducing pH concentration of pool water but requires careful handling by trained people. It's also used as an acid wash for calcified sand filters and for scrubbing pools walls to get rid of established algae. Sulfuric acid H2SO4 is not recommended for use around swimming pools. Sodium bisulfate NaH2SO4 is an acid salt used for pH control and cleaning purposes. It's known as dry acid because it serves as a safe alternative to muriatic acid. It's available in pure form and in combination with other chemicals under various trade names. Always exercise greater care when mixing chemicals. Add chemicals to water and never water to chemicals. Never add acids and alkalis to same container. Follow instructions given on package. Keep children off from pool chemicals. pH concentration. Saltwater pools with water of natural origin have a high pH concentration due to mineral content approximately 3.5% by weight. As a result, reduction of pH to recommended values may not be economical. Reasons why it may be difficult to adjust pH concentration in new pool. Raw water may be low or high pH concentration by nature. New concrete is very alkaline. Many of alkaline salts on walls of unpainted concrete pool will dissolve in first fill of water. Very important. Many of alkaline salts on walls of an unpainted concrete pool shall dissolve in first fill of water. Mineral deposits. Scale formation by hardness minerals is a common problem. Scale formation by hard minerals is a common problem among pools owners. Accumulation of scale on pool structure and on pipes, heat exchangers, filters and ladders include insoluble carbonates, aluminates, silicates and sulfides of calcium, iron and magnesium. Calcium carbonate, lime that is largest component. Water with high values of temperature, pH, dissolved solids, alkalinity, and calcium hardness encourages scale formation. pH concentration is easiest factor to control. A pool heater should handle a large flow of water with a low temperature rise to avoid mineral deposits within heat exchanger. 10 gallons of water heated through 5 degrees Fahrenheit will add same amount of heat as 5 gallons heated through 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I am talking in Fahrenheit, was written in Fahrenheit. You can convert it to centigrades. Red water. Red water is usually caused by iron oxide or rust. It's sometimes due to a low pH concentration which fosters corrosion of steel pipes, fittings and tanks, where concentrations of iron in swimming pool water exceeds 0.3 ppm. Damage to equipment and finish of pool is likely to occur. Most iron-bearing waters are clear as they flow from source and discoloration occurs. When iron is oxidized, either by exposure to air or by chlorination, method of removing this discoloration by using alum has already been described in alum, where local water supply stains, sinks and bathtubs either fills pool from another source which is iron free or install an iron filter, a portable iron removal filter, a portable. A portable iron removal filter may be used during filling operation and removal of iron from subsequent makeup. Water could be affected by participation in a surge tank connected to suction of filter pump. Alum and heavy doses of chlorine are fed continually into surge tank to cause precipitation of iron which is retained on sand bed as water passes through filter. If it is clear, water from source may be used for backwashing provided that chlorine and alum are not supplied to surge tank during process. Where a gas chlorinator is in use, raw water used to operate chlorinator may be sufficient for makeup purposes. Brown water. This we're talking of red water. The right of side of talk of brown water. Brown water is usually caused by tannin, an organic acid found in swamp waters. That is tannin, Tannin. Testa, testa show low chlorine residual. Remedy is superchlorination followed by adjustments of pH concentration as necessary. So this is treatment of groundwater. You have to apply superchlorination procedure. Was a green water. It's usually caused by algae, kai. It's usually caused by algae and tests show that low chlorine residuals are there. Remedy is superchlorination followed by adjustment of pH concentration and use of an effective algicide as we discussed before. Use of algicide. Blue water. Blue or clear green water is due to presence of copper salts formed by acid corrosion of copper piping and fittings. Actual color varies with pH concentration and type of ions in water. So these are four types of water: red water, brown water, green water and blue water. And this means treatment is available as we discussed. Just for information, you can go through further details. And now pool winterizing. In areas where freezing temperatures occur, it's usual to close an outdoor pool for winter. This is known as winterizing and should be taken into account during design of pool. In general, Winterizing involves, since you have to design pools, it's very important to understand pool technology and its processing. Otherwise, you cannot understand what structure should be. Because I get many questions on safety about this, and people are not clear what should be done. So it's better to understand it first. I also got chances of constructing certain pools in long back, and I got some information from there as well. And this technology is very important to be understood clearly by every civil engineer. So we're just talking of that. Emptying system of all above frost line. Empty system. Emptying, first point is emptying system of all water above pool frost line. Number two, closing pool openings against entry of rain, snow, surface water, and debris. Then removal or protection of mechanical equipment to prevent damage by vandalism and exposure to elements. Now, winterizing practices vary with locality and severity of climate, so that experience of local pool builders forms best qualified source of information. Action required at end of season is summarized below. Now, sand filter. Sand filter, backwash for at least 30 minutes to clean filter bed thoroughly. Diatomaceous earth filter. This is about diatomaceous. Backwash until wastewater runs clear. Then drain or pump full water level below inlet fittings. Drain water from filter tank. Refer to owner's manual and all vulnerable piping. Check that dial value on sand filter is set to winterize. This shall speed draining process by allowing air to enter tank. This was regarding sand filter, which is based on diatomaceous earth. Now, sand filter, we also continue based on diatomaceous earth. Open filter tank and inspect condition of sand. Diatomaceous earth filter, dismantle filter and scrub elements with detergent solution. If elements are encrusted with lime, wash them in a dilute solution of muriatic acid and rinse them thoroughly. Replace elements which have defects in cloth. Protect filters from elements and extreme temperatures. Drain filter pump. Refer to manual. This is time to make repairs in readiness for next season. Store pump and motor indoors or protect them from elements and extreme temperatures. Remove covers and empty hair and lint strainer and chemical feed pots. Remove orifice plates or directional balls from inlet fittings and use pipe plugs or rubber expansion plugs to make these valve openings watertight. Remove and store strainer basket and valve plate from skimmers. Plug valve fitting for equalizer line where used. Drain, bail or pump as much water as possible from skimmer body and piping. Take an 8 feet length of 1/2 or 5/8 inch rubber garden hose. Plug and seal both ends to prevent leakage from it. Insert ends into skimmer piping as far as possible so that air-filled house will absorb expansion of whatever ice which forms in pipes. Stuff a burlap bag into weir, W-E-I-R, weir, throat from inside of skimmer to hold, weir closed. Seal valve and deck openings to skimmer again, rain and snow by tapping plastic sheet or waterproof building paper over them. So this detail is shown. You can see they're very small fonts, yet can be seen. It's not a big deal. You can just go through this small sketch, and I'll give you more sketches, and I get them. And heated gas fired. So now we are talking of heated gas fire. Close main gas valve, drain heater, remove safety pressures, switch and store it indoors so that cannot be damaged by frost. Once again, gas fired, heaters gas fired, close main gas valve, drain heater, remove safety pressure or switch and store it indoors so that cannot be damaged by frost. Oil fired, this was about gas fired, now oil fired. Open main disconnect switch, open main disconnect switch and remove fuses. Close valve in oil supply line, drain heater, protect burner and motor from elements and extreme temperatures. Now electric, open main disconnect switch and remove fuses. Drain heater, heat exchanger, close valves to all vulnerable pipes and drain both primary and secondary circuits. Now, there are so many types of heaters: gas-fired one, oil-fired one, electric one, and heat exchanger. Now, after draining heater, replace plugs if heaters are of cast iron or steel. This precaution shall prevent deterioration of ferrous threads. If heater has pockets which will not drain completely, pour in about a quart of antifreeze. But remember to flush it out before putting heat back into service. Temperatures, drain indoor heater if there is any risk of freezing by outside air, such as drawn down, stacked by combustion draft of adjacent furnaces or boilers. Drain indoor heaters if there is risk of freezing by outside air, such as that drawn down, stacked by combustion draft of adjacent furnaces or boilers. Underwater lights. Now this was about heaters. Now I'm talking about underwater lights, which are of course waterproof naturally. Either disconnect light at deck box and remove it from pool for storage indoors, or take it from niche and store. Niche is there, means the niche light is fitted in RCC valve, that is called niche here. So either disconnect light at deck box and remove it from pool for storage indoors, or take it from niche and store it in a box on deck, or lower it carefully below water level to extent of its cord where water will not freeze. Remove and store indoors such items as ladders, stair rails, and diving boards. Cover wedge and flange anchors. Seal them with special plugs. Store diving boards on a flat, level surface in a dry place. This precaution shall prevent cracks and warping. Never lean a diving board against wall. Use petroleum jelly or other suitable rust preventive to coat any unpainted or unprotected metal parts subject to corrosion. So jelly can be used for that protective measure. With all piping drained and pool openings plugged, fill pool to above 2 feet below normal level, weight of water will reduce chances of pool floating out of ground. It's very important. With all piping drained and pool openings plugged, fill pool to about 2 feet or 60 centimeters below normal fill level. What weight of water shall reduce chances of pool floating out ground in event of excessive groundwater after spring, thaw or heavy rain. In series of logs 6 to 8 inches or say 15 to 20 centimeters in diameter is sometimes installed, a series of logs, installed around pool to relieve pressure from ice which forms before ground freezes. This practice is no longer general, but if used, logs should be anchored to prevent them damaging pool walls. A method of relieving of water pressure below ice is to use a special electric heating probe to prevent pool freezing over completely. This is also important. A method of relieving water pressure below ice is to use a special electric heating probe in to prevent pool freezing over completely. Protect all equipment left outdoors against elements and extreme temperatures. Dirt and debris can be kept out of pool by either installing a proprietary pool cover or covering pool and adjacent deck with polyethylene sheeting held down by sandbags. Before covering pool, close water heavily with chlorine, not close doors. Sometimes before covering pool, dose water heavily with chlorine and algicide so that water remains in good condition until next season. If winterized pool forms a potential hazard to children or others surrounded by a snow fence or similar temporary barrier. Now we will troubleshooting. Troubleshooting the filter pump. If a pump has sufficient output or fails to move water, check following. Whether pump has been primed properly, whether it is losing prime due to air leaks or in suction system, whether air has accumulated in filter tank to cause an air lock, whether gate valve in return line is open, whether either strainer or suction pipe is blocked by debris, whether filter needs either to be backwashed or purged or to have sandbed replaced due to calcification, whether pump rotation is correct, whether either incorrect or low voltage is causing motor to run at reduced speed, whether impeller passages are obstructed by debris, whether total suction lift is excessive, use a vacuum gauge at pump inlet. Total suction lift includes the effects of total height of pump above pool, distance of pump from pool, and size of suction pipe. Whether filter system is too small for size of pool, whether impeller is properly adjusted. If pump does not prime or loses prime while running, check following. So previous was for filter pump. If pump has insufficient output or rail fails to move water, check following. This was first troubleshooting. And second is if pump does not prime or loses prime while running, check following. So this is second one. Whether check valve on a self-priming pump is closing, whether there are leaks in suction system, including valve stems and glands, whether mechanical shaft seal is leaking, whether either strainer or suction pipe is blocked by debris, whether impeller passages are obstructed by debris, whether pool water level is below skimmer opening, whether flow rate is too great for suction conditions, partly closed gate valve in return line to correct this. And then if pump is noisy or vibrates, check following. So this is third one. In whether bearings are worn means worn out, whether impeller is rubbing on pump case, whether impeller passages are partly obstructed, whether pump unit is properly supported, whether total suction lift is excessive, thus causing cavitation within pump. Cavitation makes rambling or gravelly noisy and can be destructive. Sorry. Now this troubleshooting, I'll go to electric motor filter pump. Electric motor filter pump. Open disconnect switch. Open disconnect switch and remove fuses before disconnecting or repairing an electric motor. Check that motor is grounded properly and that there are no couplings, gaskets or non-metallic parts which break continuity of ground connection. References to capacitors. Starting winding or internal starting switch apply only to single phase motor. Now it is if motor runs at rated speed but overheats, trips, overload or blows fuses, check following. This is regarding motor runs at rated speed but overheats. Okay. Whether current is excessive, use an ammeter to compare actual current with nameplate rating. Whether supply voltage is low, whether motor rating corresponds to supply voltage, whether motor is correctly connected for supply voltage, whether pump operating pressure is too low, causing an overload on motor, partly close gate valve in return line to correct this, whether ventilation to motor is adequate, whether impeller is rubbing inside pump case, whether there is a short circuit to ground, whether there is a short circuit between windings. Number 2, if motor fails to start, check following: whether motor is plugged in, whether there is an open switch, blown fuse, or loose or incorrect wiring in supply line, whether overload has tripped and failed to reset, whether there is a loose connection either to starting windows or to capacitors, whether internal starting switch is stuck in open position, whether capacitor is defective, internal open or short circuit. If motor runs at above half speed, overheats, trip, overload or blows fuses, check following: whether motor rating corresponds to supply voltage, whether motor is correctly connected for supply voltage, whether internal starting switch fails to open, whether there is a short to ground, whether there is a short between windings. Now cartridges, filters, etc. Now description is, I am giving reference from Jacuzzi one which I got in. This is reference of Jacuzzi, which of course you already know. Just for your information, I'm telling you. This is about filter system. Now it's a cartridge type. Filter system are cartridge type polyester cloth filters designed for fresh water, swimming pools, and large worldwide whirlpool baths. Cartridge element is composed of fine interwoven fibers which form a network of open pores. As water passes through pores, particles are retained 16 micron average. As filtering proceeds, a thickness is built up and progressively smaller particles are retained, thus increasing effectiveness of filtration. Let me repeat it, this is a little technical one. Filter systems are cartridge type polyesters cloth filters designed for freshwater swimming pools and large whirlpool baths. Cartridge element is composed of fine interwoven fibers which forms a network of open pores. Water passes through pores, particles are retained 16 micron average. As filtering proceeds to thickness is built up and progressively smaller particles are retained, thus increasing effectiveness of filtration. Now to clean and replace filter element, it's only necessary to remove cover and lift cartridge assembly out of cell. Cleaning of filter element is done manually with clean water. There is no need for selector valve or backwashing. Now, a complete filter includes now something technical, very much technical. Filter cell, what is that? Constructed of thermoplastic with 1.5 inches threaded inlet and outlet, series CFT features, quick opening belt lock fastener, automatic air release valve, drain plug and pressure gauge. Operating pressure is 3.5 atm. Filter cartridge, a cloth of spun. Filter cartridge I already spoken. It says a cloth of spun bounded polyester fibers, patented sediment catcher and internal support prevents dirt from falling into tank when element is removed. So filter and pump performances, various models are there. This is very old. I'm just showing you table because new models might have come in market. So just I'll tell you actually table is there. We can maybe you can get more tables from this manufacturers or whosoever. This is very old. Just for information I'm showing, and I'll speak about application only because this data might have changed by now. But there are columns in this. First is modal, then filter area, then pump power, and which is in HP and kW, because pump power is more important, and then the pump capacity is meter cube hour, and filter rate is meter cube hour per meter square, and then turnover rate meter cube, that is 6 hours, 8 hours, and 10 hours. And there are two types of models shown in this, CFT 50 and CFT 100 with filter area, and one is 4.6 and 9.2. And then HPs are there, half HP, 3/4 HP, 1 HP, half HP, the 3/4, 1.5 and 2 HPs, and which is equal to kilowatt. Half HP is 0.37, 3/4 HP is 0.55 kilowatt, and 1 is 0.74, like this. And pump capacity is meter cube per hour, and meter cube hours is 4.2, 7, 0.3 for these 3 HPs, and filter rate and all that. An application. Now to use a filter performance table for size selection, follow these 3 steps. This is my design part actually. Maybe mechanical engineer or specialist done, but better to know procedure of that. To use filter performance table for size selection, follow these 3 steps. Calculate pool capacity. We have already done it. Means previous talks. Calculate pool capacity by measuring volume meter cube of pool up to normal water line. Determine turnover rate. We have already discussed. Determine turnover rate, which is defined as number of hours required to pump entire pool volume through filter system once. Correct turnover rate depends on use of this pool. Under desired turnover rate, find approximate pool capacity in meter cube. To left will be recommended filter and pump size. So types of pools, as said, the one column, then turnover rate per hour, and then usage. So it says residential, single family, that is, you can say turnover rate should be 8 to 10 per hour. Then light usage, then semi-commercial, hotel, condominium, etc. Your turnover rate is 6 to 8 rate per hour, and moderate usage. Then commercial public is 4 to 6, means reducing its heavy usage. Then wedding pool, this is children 2 to 4, very heavy. And health spas small, this is 6.5, which is very heavy. You can say this is in table. Maybe it's more revised further, but this is impossible to revise because this is the basics. Means for single filter, all are given there, heavy, very heavy. And now we go further down there. This is the filter rates. So different qualities of filtration can be obtained depending on filter rate of cartridges. That's an excellent filtration, which is with flow of 0.92 meter cube hour per meter square. 0.92 meter cube hour per meter square for heavy use. This is excellent filtration. And maybe now this computerized world may have changed. It's just basics. I'm telling you, this very old one. A good filtration with flows of 1.53 meter cube hour per meter square for moderate use. Then fair filtration. So excellent filtration, good filtration is fair filtration with flows of 2.45 meter cube hours per meter square for light use. So there are three uses: heavy use, moderate use, light use, which we discussed how we are to use. Heavy for children and for health, etc. Then good filtration and then fair filtration. Now recommendation herein: a maximum filter rate of 2.45 meter cube hour per meter square, as higher flow rates will decrease filtration performance and cycle duration. This is a recommendation by manufacturer, and this is by Jacuzzi, says 2.45 meter cube hour per meter square, because if you go further higher, this will not give efficiency in filtration performance and cycle duration. So in this table, 2.45 meter cube hour per meter square is recommended, not more than available. You can go through Jacuzzi on website and find, if you are so interested, what's update on this. It's very old data sheet that I have, but just for information purpose, means what factors should be considered is being talked. Filter performance table indicates filter rate of each system, so you may select one to meet your requirements. All pipe outlets are 1.5 inches. In case of salt water application, contact factory, and this is all that. So there is a section. This is indicative only. There are two models shown in this, and that diagram I can show you. It's not to discuss here because this is old one. You can go and see, find updated one. This is very old. Just I kept with me and use this reference on this publication. But not necessary you should rely on this. Well, this is sand filter series FMSSST. Well, description is this system are high rate sand media filters designed for freshwater swimming pools. Natural filtering actions of sand has proved best through 70 years of experience. So they are talking of 70 years. Natural filtering action of sand has proved best through 70 years of experience. Filtering quality is such that sand bed retains 50% of floating debris and lets pass those less than 15 micron. Flocculation can be made by inserting a quality of alum, approximately kilogram 0.8 for each square meter of filtering surface. In this manner, a filtering characteristics of 70% is obtained with a filtering rate of 5 to 7 micron. Sand stays in tank permanently and is cleaned by reversing water through sand bed. Now, backwash rates are shown on performance table. Backwash is carried out when difference in pressure between two pressure gauges installed on dial valve reaches a valve of about 1 atm. Sufficient waste disposal must be provided for up to 5-minute operations. So these are certain models, as I can see that old models. You may see new one. Just for information, these are models. I'll go on down. And so complete filter includes filter tank with a maximum working pressure 3 atm base and drain plug, Then FM series tank is molded plastic with glass fiber reinforcing. Then tank is of A1SI304 stainless steel, maybe upgraded now. It's given 304 stainless steel with 150 into 110 millimeter axis opening. Then otherwise tank is this ST series tank is of carbon steel, so it's carbon steel now. First one was you can say plastic, molded plastic with glass fiber. Second is a stainless steel, and third is carbon steel with inside coated. So carbon steel is inside coated with special submarine paint and magnesium anode mounted internally to neutralize potential corrosion from electrolysis. Axis opening 150 into 110 mm for filters 24 inches and 30 inches, 150 into 200 mm for filters 36 inches and 42 inches, 220 into 320 mm for filters 48 inch and 54 inches. So this is size of opening. So this carbon steel internal surface is coated with special submarine paint, and maybe this is out of date and now they are using stainless steel, probably I'm sure. And let's go to filter media not included. Well, special sand and gravel use must be purchased separately. Distribution system. This was only material related. Now application related, installation related, that is distribution system. Diffuser for incoming water and under drain water. So diffuser for incoming water and under drain system within media that eliminates potential disruption of media bed by uniform direction of flow throughout tank. This exclusive system is constructed of non-corrosive molded material and incorporates an internal return pipe. All components are threaded together for easy replacement. Dial, this was diffusion system. Once again I speak, this is a little complicated. Diffuser for incoming water and under drain system. Incoming water is below pool shelf itself. So diffuser for incoming water and under drain system within media that eliminates potential disruption of media bed by uniform direction of flow throughout tank. This exclusive system is constructed of non-corrosive molded material and incorporates an internal return pipe. All components are threaded together for easy replacement. Dial valve. See time also. Oh, 1:07. Okay. Dial valve. Operation is by simple rotation of handle. This dial valve operation is by simple rotation of handle. Two pressure gauges are mounted to indicate pressure drop across sand bed and proper time for backwashing of media. Filters 17 inches, 20 inches, 24 inches and 30 inches use a 1.5 inch size molded plastic valve having 7 positions. Filter, test, backwash, rinse, whirlpool, recirculate, drain, winterize. Filters 36 inches and 42 inches use a 2 inches size cast iron series STFM or bronze and series SSFM valve having 5 positions. Filter backwash, recirculate, drain, winterize. Filters 48 inches and 54 inches use a 3 inches size cast iron valve having 5 positions, same as 2 inches size. Now filter and pump of performance table. Now there are models written in this model, then tank diameter, then filter area, pump power, pump capacity, filter rate, minimum backwash rate, turnover rate, hours. There's a table given here, and this is 17, model number 17, 20, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 854. Tank diameter is given in meters: 0.43, 0.51, 0.61, 0.75, 0.91, 1.1, 1.25, 1.4 meters. Then filter area starting from 0.145 square meter, 0.204, 0.29, going up to 1.539 square meter. Then pump power half starts with half HP, goes to 7.5 of 50 volt. Then kilowatt is 0.37 to 5.52, then meter cube 6 to 72. Then filter rate meter cube hour per meter square is 41 to 47. Then minimum backwash rate from 6 meter cube hour to 53. Then turnover rates are given. I'll show you this table here. This is one. Maybe you have some update on that. You can see yourself. There can be update. Okay, then now notice given for larger pool sizes, select multiple tanks or commercial sand filters. Now application. To use filter performance table for size selection, so this table can be used for size selection, follow these 3 steps. Number 1, calculate pool capacity by measuring volume of pool up to normal water line. Determine turnover rate, which is defined as number of hours required to pump entire pool volume through filter system once. Correct turnover rate depends on use of pool. Then under desired turnover rate, find approximate pool capacity in meter cube. To left will be recommended filter and pump size. Now type of pool, turnover rate and uses as we discussed given here again. Residential and single family turnover rate per hour is 8 to 10. Light use, semi-commercial hotel condominium is 6 to 8. Moderate, commercial or public 4 to 6. Heavy, wedding pool children to 4.4. Very heavy, health pass small 0.5 as we discussed before. Just have another look on this table. Just for your reference, it is all right. Then filter rates. Now talk of different quantities of filtration can be obtained depending on filter rate through sand beds. Excellent filtration with flows between 35 to 40 meter cube hour per meter square. Good filtration with flows between 41 to 45 meter cube hour per meter square. Fair filtration with flows between 46 to 50 meter cube hour per meter square. A filter rate beyond 50 meter cube hour per meter square will disrupt sand bed as we discussed before, and no filtering action will occur. Filter performance table indicates filter rate of each system, so you may select one to meet your requirements. Friction losses in suction and discharge pipes can reduce filter rates. Friction losses in suction and discharge pipes can reduce filter rates, that's natural. If filter is located away from pool, increase pipe sizes and or pump size to accommodate these losses. Okay. When difference in pressure between two pressure gauges installed in phase piping reaches a value of 1 atom, sufficient waste disposal must be provided for up to 5 minutes operation. This is regarding filter rates. Now filter media. It's recommended that 2 grades of media be placed in filter. Number 1, gravel media is gravel supporting base of hard rounded stones. Hard rounded stones, gravel supporting base of hard rounded stones 3 to 6 mm in diameter with less than 2% by weight of thin, flat or elongated pieces. Material only 2%, you see, with less than 2% by weight of thin, flat or elongated pieces. So 2%, it's not that much we use in concrete, we use 15 to 25%. Well, this is elongation, where here is only 2%. Material should be washed clean. It should install to completely cover arms of under drain system. Filter media of quartz sand with oval shaped grains with rounded edges, free from clay and other organic impurities, with grain size ranging from 0.4 to 0.7 mm and a uniformity index of 1.45 plus 1.7. Jacuzzi filters were designed for permanent use of this filter media and it's not normally necessary to replace it for life of equipment. So what they tabulated is tank diameter, gravel quantity, meter cube, sand quantity kilogram, sand quantity meter cube, and diameter is 17 inches, 20 inches, 24 inches, 30 inches, 36 inches, 42 inches, 48 inches, 54 inches, and gravel quantity 25 kilogram to 425 kilogram. Quantity in meter cube is 0.01 to 0.32, and sand quantity is 50 to 1150 kilogram, and sand quantity is 0.0727 cube to 63 cube, which is table here. You see yourself. So this is a reference table. I think these won't be updated because these are media and media is permanent until they change technology. We'll go to this dimension. Okay, this is filters. They have shown models and same parameters as we discussed. Just sketches are there. This is same sketches as here are. So no big issue in this. So you can see yourself. No need of talking about this. All right then. Commercial sand filter series essence. So we'll understand the specifications. A description. This is commercial sand filter series essence. Maybe this is no more here, but just for understanding, just for knowing basis of that description. This series SM commercial filter systems are high rate sand filters. Sand media, sand media filters designed for large public type freshwater swimming pools or other duty applications. Spatial hydraulic design and media selection allow maximum flow rate of 36 meter cube per meter square, that is 15 GPM per square feet. This flow rate results in compact tank sizes and more economical systems. A deep sand bed is used to provide three-dimensional filtration, high dirt holding capacity, and long filter cycles. Natural filtering action of sand has proved best through 70 years of experience. Filtering quality is such that sand bed retains 50% of floating debris and lets pass those less than 15 microns. We have known this. Flocculation can be made by inserting a quantity of alum, approximately 0.800 kilogram for each square meter of filtering surface. We have read this. In this manner, a filtering character to 70% is obtained. We have known this already. With a filtering rate of 5 to 7 micron, sand stays in tank permanently and is cleaned by reversing water through sand beds. So already know this repetition. So let's say this one's there, description of this, just for reference. Then complete system includes filter tank, distribution system, backwash control, recirculation pumps. So let's read this, maybe same thing. A complete system includes filter tank, constructed of carbon steel for working pressure of 3 atom or 50 psi and test pressure of 5 atom or 75 psi. Side wall height is 1.2 meters. This is sketches I show maybe what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this sketch. 1.2 meter or 60 inches high. Inside has 2 coats of corrosion resisting epoxy paint. Tank is mounted on 3 legs and equipped with 40 centimeter dia, 15 inches axis opening. Axis opening is there. One on top and one on side for media removal. Again, you see axis openings are there on top and also in front. This is here, this one, right? So this is one, and this is the other one here. 2 are there. Tank is mounted on 3 legs and equipped with 40 cm diameter axis openings, one on top and one on side for media removal. An automatic air relief valve is mounted on top. So there you also have seen that. Distribution system. Filter media not included. Yeah, okay. Special sand and gravel use must be purchased separately. Well, that's commercial issue. Distribution system. This diffuser for incoming water, and under system, diffuser for incoming water and under system within media that eliminates potential disruption of media bed by uniform direction of flow throughout tank. Again, I read this. Diffuser for incoming water and under system within media that eliminates potential disruption of media bed by uniform direction of flow throughout tank. This exclusive system is constructed of steel main header with lateral of molded plastic pipes. Each lateral has orifices designed for even distribution. All components are threaded together for easy replacement. Then backwash control. Time is there. Backwash control. Supply and discharge headers are directly flanged to backwash. Supply and discharge headers are directly flanged to backwash phase piping system. Flanged fittings include 4 quick-acting butterfly valves, the type whatever. It's written here type PN10 UN1227 valve. Valves can be positioned to have following operations. One is filter, another is backwash, third is drain. So filter, backwash, drain, recirculate. Phase piping system includes pressure gauge panel to indicate pressure drop across sand bed and proper time for backwashing media. Sight glass mounted on waste outlet to inspect backwash water and drain out. Recirculation pumps not included with filter tank. Okay, select recommended self-priming filter pumps series ULS as indicated on centrifugal pumps to match filter flow capacity at 15 meters head. Contact factory for price, well, that is different issue. I'm not interested in commercial of that. Okay, we're talking technical here. Filter performances. Now, again, table is there. Model, tank diameter, meters and inches both, filter area, filter flow rate, phase pipes inches, recommended pumps self-priming or centrifugal, turnover rate and hours. This table is seen here, old one, but can be for understanding purpose, for updating, it's okay. These tables, as I spoke, these titles are there, and then varying diameters, varying sizes, properties are there. Now application. To use filter performance table for size selection, follow these 3 steps. Calculate pool capacity by measuring volume of pool up to normal level, normal water lane. Determine turnover rate, as I said, which is defined as okay, is fine. Correct turnover rate depends on use of pool under desired turnover rate, and find approximate pool capacity. To left will be as procedure, these are same as given before. Now filter rates. Table is there again, which I showed you before. Same table is there. You can just use that one. It just means they are writing same thing again because it's catalog. Now filter rates, series units, SM units are sized for 36 meter hour per meter square maximum. A filter rate beyond 50 meter square will disrupt sandbags, as we discussed before. So therefore, friction loss in the same. Filter media. Now filter media not included. Well, base of tanks. This is special sand and gravel must be purchased separately. Base of tank should be filled with concrete. Yeah, that's important. Base of tank should be filled with concrete to approximately 1 centimeter from bottom of header. Volume of concrete shown on chart is approximate and may vary in relation to curvature. In relation to curvature of tank head, smooth and level concrete by hand. After concrete is hard, under drain laterals are installed with orifices of fishing down. Now, supporting gravel should consist of clean, hard, rounded stones with an average specific gravity of not less than 2.5 and should be free from shale, mica, clay, sandstone, sand loam, or other impurities. Not more than 1% may be flat or micaceous particles. So 1% they are permitting intolerance. Now, three grades of gravel are to be placed in even layers within filter. One is large, representation by B here on this chart. So there are B. Large is 1 inches into 1.5 inches in portion of B. They have shown here. I'll show you. Then C, portion C is medium. It's 1 and it's half inches into 3/4 inch. Then in D portion, shown 5.5 inches to 1/4 inch, and E portion filtering media should be hard, durable grain of ground or subangular silica, sand, free from clay, loam, dirt, and organic matter. It should have an effective size of 0.4 plus 0.6 mm and an uniformity index of 1.45 to 0.7. In our F portion, free area between sandbed and inlet pipes must be maintained to provide proper operation of filter and backwash cycles. Orifices of internal laterals must be facing up. And there's a table shown here, and you can see this is a sketch. This is a B, C, D, and F. And if you see on this side, this B, C, D, etc., whatever is given there, this is vertical. If you see here, media is available in different modes. It's given which portion requires which one, and this is what said. This, if you see on top corner left, B, C, D, and E are given large, medium, fine, and filtering, diffusion, F, etc. It's given in this sketch, and there's the property table below. Table of filtering material quantities, which you can see yourself. So many columns and rows, which you can just say columns are in this table. Model number, then dimensions in both. This is diameter and height, the volume in meter cube, A, B, C, D, E, and quantities again A, B, C, D, E, and total sand and gravel quantities there. And these are only indicative, not guaranteed one, because this is technology and keep on changing. Only information is required is what is actually done. That is important. And let me talk a little more before I close. I'll continue next time. Installation notes are in planning your filter installation. Considerable attention should be directed to foundation. Concrete should be of sufficient strength to support weight of installation. System of course should be located as close to pool as possible at or below deck level. Location preferably should be in a filter room, or if it is outside, a dry and shaded area is preferred. If you are using a filter room, it should be dry and well ventilated. Consideration should be given to waste sump, and proper drainage. You should also consider location of various types of other equipment, such as pump and motor, chemical solution tank, chemical feed pump, chlorinator, chlorine cylinders, exhaust fan, etc. All equipment should be easily accessible for servicing and winterizing. Pumps used with these filters must be either end suction centrifugals or self-priming centrifugals. End suction is suitable for installation below pool water level, while self-priming pump is necessary for installation above pool level, unless you have provided for priming. To avoid water surges which may disrupt media structure, make adjustments in valve settings slowly and stop motor prior to changing filter from filter position to backwash setting and vice versa. Electrical wiring to controls and motor must be done by a competent electrician in accordance with local electrical code. Rotation of three-phase motors must be checked by a momentary start-stop and comparison of shaft rotation with arrow on pump case. Close attention should be paid to pump and motor installation and operating instructions as well as those for installation of filter. Now, initial operation. Initial operation, filter must be filled with water from bottom to top by means of gravity or through circulating pumps. In order not to modify position layers of filter media and to facilitate exit of water through valves. Now this sketch is shown first and table is there. I'll show you this is sketch which is completely detailed one, and this is sketch is in section of this. These complete fittings are shown on that. And this is related to a table on next page. You can zoom it and see that one. And then its next which is properties of that one. This is property of this tabulation form. And you know, this property table is overall dimensions, and again model and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, L, M, N as given in that sketch, and these are indicating, and then this is another SPA, PAK, and this description, pre-assembled filter units. This is still there are so many more pages in this, and I have to take next time all this because these are very explanatory, and I want to share all information including all accessories that are installed with swimming pool, because I have personally done this long back, I think very long back. I had a chance to deal with 2 swimming pools for competition purpose, and I got all this information from there, and I like to share with you this. But now I'm going to stop it at this point today, and we'll talk later on. And so what I am to say is I have tried to take out information about structural construction engineering of swimming pool in last talks, which was how to construct, how to excavate, how to plan out, how to chart out, how to coordinate, without which no use to go further. If you cannot understand services of a swimming pool, if you cannot understand structure, how to construct base and walls, and how to do that, first you have to design everything yourself. Design is not a structural design. A structural design is available, assume that construction process, methodology you can say, because services must be coordinated properly, and that is water services, discharge services, you can say outdoor drain services, surge out services, electrical water, electrical inside, electric supplies, floodlights in water, and all else. Now we are talking of this water supply treatment plant. It's actually treatment that we are talking about. This is complete package of swimming pool, and this is of course not very big project, but this is complicated project. Excavation, then if it is below ground, there is shallow end and there is deep end, and this is slope, and there is construction joints horizontally as well as vertically, which must accordingly, otherwise water shall pass through. And then there is construction of these in stages, and of course you have to conduct water test, water tightness test, which is very important test, because if your joints do not work properly, even though you have used water bar, PVC water bar, in horizontal way, in horizontal layers as well as vertical layers, wherever a construction joint is seen, because you cannot construct all bases and walls in one go. Naturally you have to use construction joints at raft of this as well as kicker at that point where connection of wall and raft exists. That's called horizontal construction joint, where you have to use T as well as other fittings, and vertical between where 2 sections of wall are cast. This one construction joint test. These all are responsible to plug water leakage, and that must be tested, and which is very important test. and generally it gives certain problems. There's some leakage, always there's some leakage because of bad concrete, because of some other reason, which requires injection of chemical admixtures into that by needles. You have to call in that case some expert from chemical manufacturer who can advise you how to do injecting exercise or the procedure. And once your tank is, you have to fill it, you have to test it, then you take out water to repair it. It's very complicated, time consuming process. Therefore, it's a job to be involved, to be supervised by senior engineer self, whereas water tightness is required, dense concrete is required, void free concrete is required, good concrete is required. Question is not of strength alone. Question is water test itself, because strength where there is a water structure, hydraulic structure, chemistry, or you can say strength of stresses is different. It's not considered same as without water. This is hydraulic structure, water retaining structure, concrete properties are different. Tightness is more important. If that is not done, it can cause a big problem for everyone. Test itself takes many days. You have to fill it in layers. Then you have to test it in different way. Autogeneous healing is there. So many other properties are there. And this code is available, was available only in Britain, and now it was available in Europe Union. But whatever type of code you use means it takes time. And if you fail once means you have to do it again. If you fail again, you have to do it again. So that's what I am talking about, this methodology, this swimming pool. It's not less than a building work. It's a supporting, of course, but it is very complicated exercise. And moreover, when there is a soil of sand or clay in hard rock soils, you may not find that problem. But problem this others, because you have to fill it. You have to fill it in layers. Is clay soil or sandy soil. I did it in rocky soil. It was not a big problem, except that you have to test water fitness. That was more important. Well, I will take leave now, close it, because I have covered today some drawings of detailings, and I covered also certain views of how to handle our materials, which are very important from current viewpoint, how to increase length, life, or durability of concrete or steel, which are very important factor keeping in the environment controls. As Europe is thinking, we should also start thinking as Europe is thinking to increase life of their material. Why to consider, for example, mobile life only for 3 years? Why not to repair it and use it further, as they are thinking to reduce its use, to reduce its manufacturing? They want to use mobile to increase life from 3 to say 5, 6, 8 years by repair method or by some other technology which mobile can be durable. Similarly, we can use improvement to concrete methods, improvement to steel parts we use in concrete. We have also a duty being engineers to think about that. Why not to control concrete properly? Why not to do quality system properly? Our concrete is not that quality as should it be. Unfortunately, our engineers are not extending their cooperation in a professional way. They are just taking everything so easy, but it's not easy. Every concrete step is important. If concrete is serving for such 50 years, it should serve for 100 years. In that case, we can protect earth being exploited more and more. We can use better bars by epoxy coating or something else. If we cannot control rusting or oxidation of these bars, if we cannot do something, we are helpless, we can start epoxy coated bars. Why not to do that? If we can save some money, we can spend some money also. We have to think that way. Otherwise, engineering is only in certification, not in field. And if there's nothing in field, then what is the meaning of designs? I don't understand. With this, I'm sorry to say, we have to do something. It's not question of degrees or something. Question is of help to public, help natural environment. If we spoil OPC, if we spoil everything, we are adding carbon dioxide to environment every time. As you know, 46 kilogram carbon dioxide reaches when you use 1 bag of cement of 50 kilogram. Just the catalogs of that. If you use OPC, even if you use SRC or something, until you don't bring to use your GGBS, you cannot help it. GGBS reduces 70-80% of your carbon dioxide if you use that, but people will not understand, never understand this. Thank you very much. Thanks again.